Joining us now to talk about all of this and also the spread of the new COVID subvariant here in these United States is Dr. Ashish Jha, the White House COVID response coordinator. Dr. Jha, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me back.
So we just heard in the Liz Palmer report about China that we're not getting reliable information about the spread of COVID in that country. No surprise there. But how concerned are you that we might get a big surprise in the form of a more lethal or dangerous variant from that country?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Look, first and foremost, our hearts go out to the Chinese people, a lot of whom are suffering right now because of the way the virus is spreading in the country. In terms of openness and transparency, this is something we have believed very strongly from the beginning. China should be forthcoming on the data and on the issue of a new variant. You know, one of the things that China is not doing is sharing its genomic surveillance data. Every other country does. This is when you take the virus and you sequence it and then you make it publicly available. Every other country is doing it. China is not. That makes it very hard for the scientific community to spot new variants. Really important for the Chinese government to do that.
So we may not even know. The U.S. has imposed testing requirements for travelers coming from China, and that's raised questions about xenophobia, anti-Asian bias. Well, it will contribute to that. Putting that to one side, there's also the question of will it be effective? How effective do you think that will be in preventing any variant that could be of concern from coming in from China?
Yeah, so first and foremost, on the issue of, the policy itself, it applies to everybody, whether you're an American, you're a Chinese person. If you're coming from China, you need to get a test first. It's part of a comprehensive policy, and the comprehensive policy has testing before you leave, also has enhanced genomic surveillance once people arrive here. This is our effort to make sure that if there is a new variant, we spot it early, and that we try to keep as many infections out of the country as possible. I think the whole package itself is going to be very effective.
Dr. Jha, how much will the latest booster shot protect Americans from the new variant spreading here?
It's a great question. The answer is substantially better than any of our prior vaccines. And here's what we know. Based on all the data we have, the new bivalent vaccine, this is the new one that we updated in September, does seem to provide a good degree of protection against infection and terrific protection against serious illness. So this is why the number one thing people can do against this new XBB.1.5, again, funny name, but the number one thing people can do is make sure they go out and get that new bivalent vaccine.
Dr. Jha, how about the COVID antiviral drug Paxil? Is that still good when it comes to being effective up against this subvariant?
Absolutely. I mean, based on, again, everything we know, it's a new subvariant. We're doing the tests, but we have every reason to believe that the oral antiviral Paxil, again, super effective drug. If you get sick, you should get evaluated for getting it. Everything we know about it suggests that this is going to work just fine against the new variant.
All right, Dr. Ashish Jha, thank you so much.